What's up YouTube, it's Sup TCG here and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. Today we're going to be checking out the Mega Pokemon coming back to the Pokemon TCG. I am very excited. I'm going to be giving you my opinions. There are 3 prize Pokemon just ahead of us, and there's a lot of debate about is it a good or a bad thing. We're going to be talking about all of that in this video, so if you guys are hyped for today's upload, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Helps out in many ways. To support the channel takes 1 tiny second every time, and I want to wish everyone a very happy Pokemon Day. That's right, the Pokemon Present was actually just a couple of hours ago, and in this video we're going to be talking about the return of Pokemon EX into the competitive scene. That's right, Mega Pokemon have been a thing in the Pokemon TCG in the past, but there are definitely some differences that we're gonna have to take a look at, because with the new Mega rulings there's gonna be way more possibilities, but more on that later. As a little side note, there's a Mega Lucario EX on the screen, but first let's check out the trailer together, shall we? Here we go. They put a lot of time to create these crazy animations and all that, so I'm very stunned for all the Pokemon TCG cards coming into the future here. Here we go. I was expecting like something that we're gonna get. Sometimes they do this at EUIC. Now we're getting these. Here the Pokemon Presents. As you see, Pokemon EX. Mega Lucario EX. The Mega Evolved form. Lucario EX. So very, very cool to see these. Mega Gardevoir, Mega Lucario EX. Mega Evolution is coming this year, so we already saw Owner's Pokemon, and now a new series Beyond Limits. So after Owner's Pokemon, we're gonna get Mega Pokemon back into the game. So clearly this is to make everyone hyped up of the future of the Pokemon TCG. So the main differences here is that Pokemon, Mega Pokemon in the past, actually, if you evolved into a Mega Pokemon, your turn actually ended. That is not stated anywhere on these new cards, so does that mean they forgot to implement it, or will the rulings be different? My opinion will be that the rulings will be different because they also released other cards out there. I think a little of an example here. There's the Premium Power Pro, which actually is like electric generator. You slap it down and attacks used by your fighting type Pokemon do 30 more damage. There's also a card they released or put up in the open as a card scan. So this also stacks. So if you slap down multiple of them, you slap more damage, and that's actually before applying weakness and resistance. So that's like electric power. Who remembers those days, right? So fighting Pokemon will have it huge with the introduction of this powerful item card. This also works really, really well with the Mega Lucario EX. As you see here, it states on the right top of the card here, the Mega Evolved form of Lucario. And you do see here that it actually evolves from Riolu, which means with the rulings that we currently have is that you can evolve your Riolu instantly into a Mega Lucario EX without any Spirit Link, without any ending of the turn and all that, just instantly into such a powerful Pokemon. We do have a very crazy downside, and is that it actually gives up 3 prize cards when it's knocked out. When Mega Evolution Pokemon are knocked out, your opponent takes 3 prize cards. That's actually half of winning the game. And we have had 3 prize Pokemon before. Remember the tag team Pokemon? Pikachu and Zekrom Tag Team GX. Remember the VMAX Pokemon, Mew VMAX. All of these 3 prize Pokemon saw a redonkulous amount of play during their competitive lifespan, and we thought it was over, right? People at the Pokemon Company promised us comeback mechanics. We got Iono, Counter Catcher, Unfair Stamp. Cards like these are very useful for the game because they're incentivizing gameplay, and you have comeback mechanics. But now the games will be cut short because these have power creep going around with them. Mega Pokemon, as you see here, this Mega Lucario EX has 340 HP. The Mega Gardevoir EX has 360 HP. We're so close to the 400 HP mark, and mark my words, there will be a Wailord EX at one point with 450 HP. Yeah, if you're watching this in the future and it has happened, I have future psychic powers, you know how that goes. But I expect to breach the 400 HP mark by like the next couple of sets, which is crazy. So my opinion on this is, I don't know. We slowed the game down ridiculously with Budu, making games longer, having some, and I love the introduction of comeback mechanics of Iono and Fair Stamp, Counter Catcher, all that stuff. I'm a big fan of that, but now it seems that they're gonna be, speeding up the game once again with 3 prize Pokemon. You might think, oh, I'm gonna be playing only 2 prize Pokemon to deal with these 3 prize Pokemon, I will have the advantage. There are some very crazy things that could happen because these actually evolve from low HP Pokemon, and with Dusknoir in the format lurking around, you can pop a Dusknoir, knock out a 3 prizer, and suddenly you're almost winning the game. Or how about you use something like a Briar to then knock out a Mega Pokemon, then you're suddenly having like 4 prize turns. Maybe you're gonna go for an MP very much on a damaged Mega Pokemon for 4 prizes. Yeah, I have like a lot of things to say about these. Also, these Pokemon are very crazy with cards like Turo, for example. You have 340 HP. Oh, you don't get one shot, you Turo it up, you slap it down again. That's where we're going with this. So having high HP also means like, oh, are there ways to deal with this? Yes, there are ways to deal with this because we still have Goldango in the format, which can one-shot everything. We still have cards like the Roaring Moon EX, for example, which can one-shot anything. So there are ways to deal with these 3 prizers, but our 3 prizers is going to be the mainstay and the future. I think so because they come packed with powerful attacks. As a good little example here, this Mega Lucario EX has, for 1 energy, 130 damage, and you can accelerate 3 basic energy from your discard pile to your bench Pokemon in any way that you like. So you can power up any fighting type Pokemon, whatever you feel like, and with, of course, still cards like Squawkabilly thrown up in the format. Having those, fighting energies in your discard pile is very easy. Also with Earthen Vessel, for example, Professor's Research, easy to do so. And then the second attack slaps 270 damage output. You might think, oh, that's not enough, but we do now have the new item card, the Premium Power Pro, which is pretty much stackable, which means if you slap 2 of these down, you're slapping 60 additional damage output, which means Aura Jab slaps 190, for example, and the Mega Brave slaps 330, for example. So yeah, this is going to be quite a good deck in my opinion. For 1 energy, you can get it going. You can even do this on your very first turn, going second, if you use a card like Salvatore, for example. Maybe some Pokegears thrown up in the mix. Salvatore allows you to evolve into a non-rule, to a Pokemon that doesn't have abilities. So you can just instantly evolve into the Mega Lucario, attach an energy, and boom, on your very first turn going second, you're already starting the game, taking prize cards on weaker HP Pokemon, because as mentioned, you no longer need to go into your Lucario EX to then go into the Mega Lucario EX. You just evolve from your tiny little Riolu, which will speed up the game. You go first, get your setup going, following turn, evolve into Mega Lucario EX. Your turn does not end and you can start swinging. If you even have that second energy, you can even go for the Mega Brave 270, couple of Premium Power Pros, and then out of nowhere, turn 2, you're one-shotting anything. So Mega Lucario EX, that's the first of the Mega EXs we're talking about. So I think there's going to be a high impact on weakness again, because I played during all the lifespans of the 3 prize Pokemon. I had seen my fair share of ADP, the Pika Run Madness, the Mewtwo and Mew Tag Team GX Madness. I've seen all of that, and that format felt really, really fast. Games were over in 2 or 3 turns, and was that for the better? Probably not. Like the only non-EX Pokemon, for example, like back in the days were GXs that could stood up to that was stuff like Blacephalon, a 1 prize Pokemon that can dish out a ridiculous amount of damage to then uptrade. All the rest of the 1 prize Pokemon were a little bit put down to the wayside because the sheer power that attack teams brought to the table. With VMAXs, it was different because those evolved from basic Vs, and basic Vs had around 220 HP during those days. So that was just putting them a little bit above like the V Pokemon, like from 2 prizes to 3 prizes. But now you just get your little guy, your Riolu of 70 HP, and boom, it gets 340 HP. Only downside is that there's 3 prizes on the line if you do so. Yeah, I'm very excited for the Pokemon TCG. Definitely Mega Pokemon are cool. You don't have to end your turn here. You don't have to equip those annoying Spirit Link cards, which skip the fact that you needed to, end your turn. So there was that. But there's going to be a higher polarization on weakness, meaning, I have a bad matchup because, you're going to have a really bad matchup right now because you're giving up 3 prizes. In the past, it was like, oh, I'm up against a bad matchup, but some of your Pokemon, even if you like go 2 for 2, it didn't matter too much here because the weakness, was only giving up 2 prizes. Now 3 prizes. People could have some tech cards. Imagine like a Mew EX coming back into the game, which can copy paste attacks. We've seen the multiple amount of Mew EXs in during the days, and if you have like a tech card, a universal tech card that is a psychic type of Pokemon, for example, could be splashed into any deck, then these 3 prize Pokemon will become liabilities, but they're very powerful and power creep is real. The next one is Mega Gardevoir EX, 360 HP, as mentioned, very lurking through the border of 400 HP, and it comes back with some interesting attacks. For each of your bench Pokemon, search your deck for a basic psychic energy card and attach it to that Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. In theory, this is a nice attack to get yourself going, but you probably will never use that as you need to evolve into Curlia and then into the Mega Gardevoir EX. Will this also work with Rare Candy? I think so, because Rare Candy just skips the stage 1, and this is a stage 2, as it states on the left top corner of the card, meaning your little rolls, you can candy it up and out of nowhere get 6 times the amount of HP, but also gives up 3 times the amount of prize cards. It is having resistance to fighting, so instantly a check against that Mega Lucario EX card we just saw, and it is weak to darkness times 2 weakness. So as mentioned, if you can uptrade on these Mega Pokemon, you're gonna be having a great thing going, because now you can maybe go for like a Roaring Moon EX. One shots a Mega Gardevoir, you take 3 prizes. Even if you get knocked out, they only get 2 prizes. So uptrading is back in the format. Now we're just having to deal with prize mapping with stuff like Briar, Iron Hands that could manipulate some prizes left and right. Dusknoir that can have a great effect onto the game. And then now we're gonna have to think about, oh, how do I prize map? Well, you can knock out a 3 prizer, knock out a bench hitter like Squawkabilly, and then knock out a 1 prize Pokemon. So your prize mapping becomes way easier. Typically the game will end in 3 or 4 turns, so it will be slowed down. Even though we have Budew in the format, it's definitely going to be speeding up again here with these Mega Pokemon, because they have a lot of HP, but weaknesses will be everywhere, and I'm very curious to see which Pokemon they give the Mega treatment. There's a lot of Mega Pokemon out there. Think about Mega Kangaskhan, Mega Scizor, Mega Charizard, of course will have a card, Mega Mewtwo. It's going to be a crazy amount of Mega Pokemon going into the game, and first of all, we have owner Pokemon that are coming into the game in March, so we're going to have these in March, then in May. And I wonder when these will come into the scene. I think it's probably going to be around November. So we're going to have to wait, hold our horses for a little bit until we're going to be able to play with Mega Gardevoir EX. These most likely will not be playable at the World Championships, but I could be proven wrong. I think we're going to have to focus on the owner's Pokemon first, and then after Worlds, we're going into the Mega Pokemon era. But now I want to hear your opinion down below in the comment section. How do you personally feel about these Mega Pokemon returning into the game? Are you happy the Spirit Link shenanigans is gone? When your turn ends, shenanigans is gone. Are you happy that you can actually candy into a Mega Pokemon EX? Are you terrified at the same time? How do you feel about the HP and the power creep that's going on right now? Will games end quicker? I want to hear all your opinions down below. Are you a fan or are you not a fan of Mega Pokemon? Let's start a discussion down below in the comment section. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. It helps out ridiculous ways. Only takes 1 tiny second every time, but it helps out tremendously. Subscribe for more Pokemon on a daily basis, and I will see you guys in the next one, because Pokemon is here to stay, and we're going to be seeing a whole lot more new cards. So buckle up, folks. This is definitely not the end. You'll see for Mega Pokemon. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day, and thanks for watching. Peace.